Good morning everybody and welcome to our flying field once again. Thanks for joining me on my little channel. Okay, we've got some company up the field today, which makes a change. That's my good friend Jeff there, flying his electric you-know-what. Okay, right, this is a video that's been in the making for several months now. As you can see, I've got an Eachine Tyro79 here. This is my original one. That is the that's my second one, which I got after a little tussle with Banggood. Basically, I've rebuilt this one using a different flight controller as the first one let out magic smoke, I'm afraid. I've yet to wire in the... Sorry, I've made a mistake there. This is my original one. The flight controller on this one let out some magic smoke, and I've replaced it with an Eachine anniversary flight stack, and I've yet to wire in the VTX to the camera, but other than that, it's all flying. So the purpose of this video is just to give this a quick line of sight test, which I'm going to do now.
Welcome to Taranis.
The other one here I will take up for an FPV flight, and we'll come to that one shortly. Okay, so it's all set. I've got it in high rates. The only problem with this one is the anniversary stack is only 10 amps, whereas the original was 20 amps. Wow, there's something going on there. I don't know what that is, but let's take it out for a little spin. As I say, this is only a test flight. I won't treat it too roughly, because it's only a 10 amp speed controller, which is why I put the 3-bladed propellers on, in the hope that it wouldn't draw too many amps. But yeah, I'm happy with that. We will go straight on to the new version that I've got. Whereas I say it's not a new version, it's just a new model. And what we'll do, we'll quickly take this out for a line of sight flight. I've got it all set up on the same transmitter. And with both of these, I've taken I've had a little hover in the garden, which is as much as I can do, but not really a full test flight as such. So let's put that in. Hopefully we're not going to get any magic smoke. I've been using my smoke stopper to test everything, and everything looks good. Okay. Get a quick punt. If we go away from the sun, yeah, punch out is pretty much as I expected. Okay, I don't want to drain the battery out too much. What we do, we set this up for an FPV flight. We set this up for an FPV flight, and you can see some footage from the camera. I hope it all comes out. Unfortunately, I've only bought one micro SD memory card with me, so I'm going to have to transfer the one from the GoPro into the goggles, but hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on with the FPV. So be back shortly and with some FPV footage. Welcome back to the workshop, everyone. Well, what did I think of the test flights of the Eachine Tyro79? Well, yes, pretty much as I expected. What I would say is, and I might have to make an apology for this, is the FPV footage that you saw from this machine was not what I saw on the goggles. It was crystal clear and without any dropouts. I have a funny feeling that might be down to the SD memory card that I put in from the GoPro into the Viper FX goggles. I have a funny feeling that possibly the Viper FX goggles possibly needs a lower quality micro SD card. So for example, the example I can give is a Mobius, although it gives very beautiful crystal clear footage, only needs a class 4, where I was using a class 10 from a GoPro, so that might have something to do with it. Unfortunately, on the instruction sheet for the Viper FX goggles, it only tells you that you need a micro SD card or TF flash card, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't tell you what class it needs, so I'll experiment with that and see if I can get any footage out, if I can compare the footage. But the actual footage I saw on the LCD screen of the goggles was crystal clear. Colour definition was fantastic, so the camera, possibly not of the greatest field of view, was good, and it was transmitting a fantastic image. Okay, so that is the second Tyro79, which at the moment it's flying absolutely perfectly, and I'll be turning it into acro mode as we go along. I'll get more experience with this, and hopefully we can produce some a bit more exciting footage. On to the original, and hopefully you might be able to help me out here, possibly. As we know, I've gone for a Eachine Anniversary Edition flight stack. So on the bottom we have the ESC 10 amp. In the middle we have the flight controller, and on the top we have a dedicated receiver for a Taranis. Mine is non-EU. So the conundrum I have, and hopefully you might be able to help me out here, is on this flight stack coming out of the flight controller, I have these 4 wires which equate to video in, video out, plus 5 volts and ground. I have the original 3 wires, ground, positive and video, coming from the camera, and this is the original VTX from the Tyro79, and on the this is a 6-port connector, only 3 of which are used, and if we look on the back we can see that we have 1 negative going in, we have 1 positive, which is, I believe that's 5 volts going out, and we have the white wire which is a video. The spare one is a data, a positive in, I'd imagine, or positive out possibly, and a ground. So if you have any ideas on how I could successfully wire this up so I receive a signal once again from this VTX, I'll be very grateful. All in all, I'm still quite happy with the flight performance on this, although there appeared to be two dropouts when I initially started flying it. It didn't happen in the garden. I can't put my finger on why that might be. I do have a couple of spare original Taranis aerials, so I might swap that over. It's only just a little IPX connector there, so I might just swap that over. Hopefully I might get a bit of a better reception. So if you've got any ideas, please leave comments below, and I hope to get some ideas from you as to the wiring for this. So that's my two Eachine 79s. Yes, they're basic, they're good for getting experience on how to build a quad, how things work and what have you. So you know, if you get a little bit tired of going out and buying these bind and fly things, or ready to fly things, then yeah, this is a very good start. I've gone on and I have ready to build the Tyro79, which has been out for quite some time. There are already plenty of videos on it, but I'm going to give this a go. I've taken into account that the camera on this has got a terrible field of view, not very good. It so happens that I do have a Calyx Turtle V2, so once again I might impress upon you, and if I can't figure it out, I'm sure I might be able to do it. The wiring diagram for this, although I've printed off a manual with it, and it seems to give me a good indication of where things should go. Once again, I'll be using my smoke stopper at all stages, because I don't want to blow this one as well. So thanks for watching, and see you shortly on the next video. Bye for now.